Mugdha, can we start?
Sure, Jagan, we can.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yes, Jagan.
Yeah, okay. So welcome to the second session of Spark Alumni Interface of this year. For today's session, we have Ms.Mugdha Raut. Ms.Mugdha Raut is alumni of SJIPR from the batch 2012 to 2016. She has completed her M.Pharm in Pharmaceutics from Bombay College of Pharmacy, Mumbai in the year 2018. In the year 2020-21, she completed her PGDM in Operations and Supply Chain Management from Wellinkar Institute, Mumbai. She has total experience of 3.5 years working in quality domain, site as well as contract manufacturing sites looking after QMS activities. She has also worked as a production planner and project lead for continuous improvement projects at GlaxoSmithKline Pharmaceuticals. Currently, she is working as Quality Operation Officer at Novartis Technical Operations, Novartis Healthcare. We are privileged to have you with us today, Mugdha. We welcome you and request you to take over the session.
Thank you. Thanks for the introduction, Jagan. And yes, first of all, thanks for this opportunity. It's always good to be a part of SJIPR and also talk to the students from, where I started my career, and till today, I think that SJIPR is going to be the, turning point of my career, or how I started my career. So just to start with our presentation, I'm sharing my screen. Let me know if you are able to see it.
Yes, Mugdha, we can see your screen.
Okay. So topic for today is a short part where I would just let you all know about pharma leadership programs, and then the rest of the session we'll continue with the opportunities which we have in pharma operations. So I request everyone to listen to the session, because at the end you are going to get something out of the session. It's going to be something that you're going to learn new. So, and also one more thing before we start, in case you have any questions, you can drop in the chat. We can take all the questions at the end of the sessions. If I'm able to answer your questions, I'll try to answer it as like whatever I can. If not, then I'll try to connect with a person. I'll try to interact with him and get back to you on that as well. So yes, so let's start. So my journey, so this is just in short how I started. So yes, I completed my B.Pharm from SJIPR in the year 2016, where we all have our internships, the third year internships. So I completed my 2 months of internship with Neon Laboratories. Post that, I did my M.Pharm from Bombay College of Pharmacy in the year 2018 in pharmaceutics. Now, when we are in B.Pharm, we are always not that sure of, whether I should do my MBA or I should go for my M.Pharm. So this is where I would tell everyone that the internships which we do in our B.Pharm are going to give us a small hint, or at least some idea, to decide. Because when I did my internship in Neon, when I went in the industry, I was very curious of how this entire plant works, or how the production is going, or what is it. So at that point itself, I thought that okay, this is where this field is where I would like to move, or I would like to gain some more knowledge here. So that's how I took M.Pharm. Now again, not sure of what exactly after M.Pharm I'm going to do, because yeah, I was good at academics. If you would have asked me the question when I was in B.Pharm, I would have given a straight answer that my plan was to do M.Pharm, then to do PhD, and then to work as a scientist. That's what that was it. What was there in my mind, nothing beyond that, the straight line, B Pharm, M Pharm, PhD, and then I'll work in a lab, I'll work in R&D, and that was it. Later, I took up M Pharm with the same thing in my mind of continuing with my, research thing with analytics, labs. I went in M Pharm. Now, when I went in M Pharm, we all know that in M Pharm, your second year is completely dedicated to your research. Okay. Now, at this point of time, when, I was doing my research, I did it I mean, I was interested there as well. But then again, the thing of, being in a plant, getting to know more people, it was always there behind my back somewhere that, okay, this is also what is going to interest me, apart from my interest in analyticals and R&D also. So with that, I completed my MPharm. Then as a part of our campus recruitment, there was GSK which was coming in, and the job description says, you have a job in quality operations, where, we read the description, we see that, okay, there are things which are related to quality, things related to production. So let's give it a try. I sat for the interview. When I sat for the interview, the first thing which came up was, we are recruiting for leadership program. Now, at that point of time, I was blank. I was not knowing what is leadership program. I would just ask anyone if any one of you has an idea about leadership program, or have you heard about such programs? Students, anyone? Anyone? Okay. So yeah, so I was at the same. Yes, Samiksha. Samiksha has raised her hand. Samiksha, do you want to say anything? Okay, no. Yeah. So I was in the same position where, when I completed my MPharm, having no clue of what is this going to be. Okay. Post that, I gave my interview. Everything went well. The panel members asked me about your projects, or, they asked me about, were you a part of any, have you handled any projects, or, were you part of any extracurricular activities where you did a part of leading the team or something like that, be it sports, be it anything, or be it cultural events. So that's how I just cracked it. And I went here. I'll explain about this leadership program when, we go to the later part of the session. That's how I was in GSK. I'll explain about the program later of how it went. But then these 2 years, I'll always consider as the two most fruitful years, where, learning as well as earning is what, that is the thing which was there. Now, moving ahead, when I was in GSK, I was learning different things. In the span of 2 years, I came to know about a lot of new things, which is apart from what we study in our B Farm, in our M Farm. A lot of new things, a lot of new concepts which you are introduced to. With that came in my PGDM in operations supply chain, where, I thought, when I was in GSK, I started taking up new projects. I was introduced to some new concepts of, continuous improvement, operational management, lean, Six Sigma. B firms, you would be knowing, you would have at least heard about these terms like lean, Six Sigma. So, with that thought of that learning, keeping that learning in mind, I thought, okay, let's do this as well along with my job. So I started pursuing this as well. I completed that in 2021. And post that in 2020, I again thought that, okay, in GSK, I've learned a lot of things. But still, I feel that, again, quality is where I feel I'm passionate about. I saw there's an opening in Novartis for quality operations. I went through the CV. I thought this is going to be something interesting and something new to learn. That's how I joined Novartis in December 2020. And I've been working as in quality operations at Novartis. And yeah, so that's my complete journey. And then let's move to our topic. Yeah, so like I just asked you of about how many people are aware about such leadership programs which are, there in our pharma. So yeah, even like you, I was not aware. Now again, one more thing is when you complete your B farm, you complete your N farm. Nowadays we have a lot of resources which have come in. They if like when I was in my B farm, maybe I was not knowing about so many career options, which now everyone is the students are aware about. So this might also create a confusion in my mind that okay, I feel that I'm interested in production, but I'm also interested in in other fields like you say planning. I'm also interested in R&D. I think I'm also good at MBA or marketing. These are always the questions which keep rising. So at this point of time, these programs, the leadership programs which are designed, they play an important part. So I'll just tell you how these programs are, how they are designed, how you can get into it, or what is the minimum qualification which you need. So basically, these leadership programs are offered by MNCs. So GSK, Novartis, Pfizer, Merck, Abbott. These are usually the MNCs which would offer these programs, leadership programs for students. If you want to know more about such leadership programs, what you can do is just go to the company's website. You will have a section called as careers, and in careers, you have a section called as students. You will get a lot of information there on these leadership programs. But just to let you know how these programs are designed, developed. So mainly this is like a 1 or 2 year program where you are a part of that company. It's not like you are on internships or anything. You are a part of the company, but you've been selected through these leadership programs. Where what would happen is, suppose my leadership program is of 2 years. So in this 2 years, the company will design this program in a way that in 2 years they will say have eight months each, where these are called as rotational programs. So I'll tell you how I went through this program or what was my experience for this. So I went into GSK through this program. These are rotational programs, like how I said. Here you get an opportunity to be with different departments within the organization for these 2 years span. So it's like for the first 8 months, you will be with manufacturing. For the next 8 months, you go and you be with supply chain. The next 8 months, you go and be with some other department. Okay. Now, this is going to give you like a complete knowledge of how the pharma industry works, first of all, because being an entry level associate, we are not aware of, how much, like, which are the different departments which are there in the pharma company. We just know production. Even in production, when you see, there are a lot of things which when you enter an company or you enter industry, you'll get to know about these programs. So this is what I told you, that 8 months or 10 months, depending on the company which is offering. So you will be given a project for say 8 months or so. For the other stint, you will move to the other department where everything will be again new to you. You will again work on certain projects. You will again move to the third stint where again different set of people, different set of the environment altogether. Work on these projects, and this is how you figure out what is actually helping, or what is actually in what actually interests you. For in my case, when I went initially, I went to a site where I got the opportunity to see of how actually the industry works, or how actually your site works. So how the production goes, how the quality team functions, what is quality assurance team in the industry, what is quality control team in the industry. So I worked there for 8 to 9 months. There I got an experience of okay, in the plant, these all things are there which happen. The next thing, for the next eight months, I moved to corporate. In corporate, I again understood that in corporate, how exactly things work, be it quality, be it anything. What's the difference? The next stint, I thought, okay, I got a lot of knowledge about how production works, how, the quality works. Now I want to know how actually, you would have heard a term of supply chain. Supply chain is nothing but your end to end, from input to output, from raw material procurement to your finished product going to the patient or to the consumer, whoever it is. So this is complete supply chain. Then I thought, okay, I've seen this, let me go and see supply chain. So these leadership programs also would give you this chance or this opportunity to actually select what you want for the others. They call it a stint or they call it a rotation. So you get this benefit as well. Now, these programs, how they help you individually is you professionally develop a lot, because from your college you go to an industry, you are exposed to so many departments, so many people. So professional development is what would happen through these programs. Next is you yourself will understand what my strength is. I'll work on many projects. I worked on many projects. Later on, I understood that, okay, I work on projects, but I feel that whenever there is a problem, I am the one who, thinks differently and try to provide a different solution. So this is how you try identifying your skills, your strengths with these programs. The next part is networking. You are connected with a lot of people, different departments, then different leaders. This is how you try build your leadership skills. So this is just about how leadership programs are and how they work. A lot of MNCs in India offer such programs. Now, the next important question is, how do I get there? Okay, so since these are mainly the programs which the MNCs are offering, so they usually look for either an MBA or a MPharm. There are also certain companies which would provide kind of internships for graduates for B farms. So internships are also there for such programs. So just you can just, whenever you are free, just try to go to their websites, go to the careers page and the students section. You will have a lot of things you can explore. Okay, now your main thing is yeah, MPharm MBA is what mainly they look for. And your sometimes the institute does matter, because when these company go for recruiting, they usually try to go for reputed institutes. So yeah, that is what institute does matter in such programs. So if you do your MBA from say NMIMS or any reputed institute, MPharm MBA from NIPER or anything, so that is what would matter in such leadership programs. The next thing which can be an add-on benefit is, in case if you have handled any projects in your say B farm, M farm, that can go as a part of your resume when you try to apply for such programs online. Or if you have done certain internships, that is also an add-on which can go while you build in your resume for applying for such leadership programs. So this is just in short, I just wanted to let you all know that such programs do exist. And so just go and have a look at these programs. They are definitely going to be useful to you in case if you get an opportunity to be a part of these leadership programs. Go for it. I am telling you, you will definitely learn a lot of things. You will grow personally as well as professionally. So yeah, so in case you come across such programs and you need any guidance, you can anytime reach out to me for this as well. Now yeah, so now moving on to our next topic, which is opportunities in pharma operations. Now, moving ahead, opportunities in pharma operations. Now, this is what, throughout my 3.5 years of whatever I have experienced. I came across these departments. I thought this is where, we all as pharmacists can, it's not just that, we have that thing in mind, because if you do pharmacy, either you go to R&D, either you go to manufacturing, or, you go to marketing, sales. But it's not just restricted to it, or not just limited to it. You have a lot of things where, you can explore, and your pharmacy knowledge is going to play an important role, which is going to make you stand out from the other associates. So always keep that thing in mind, that you are always ahead because you have the knowledge of, how a drug acts, how it's made, what is its action, everything. So keep that thing in mind. Now moving to opportunities in pharma operations. So the first thing is manufacturing. If you are really interested in knowing, how actually my product or my, uh, say, a liquid dosage form, a suspension, a solid dosage form is actually made, if you are really interested in knowing what goes in making a product, then, manufacturing is always a field where you can explore, you can try to learn a lot of things of core manufacturing. So starting with, dispensing to, filling, packaging, everything you'll be able to understand here in manufacturing. The next thing is, you also have an option of, moving in packaging. Packaging, now when I say packaging, packaging is not just restricted to primary packing, secondary packing. There's a lot more in packaging. Whenever there's a new product which has to come in, there's always a pack tech team, which is a packaging technical team, which puts in a lot of effort, in designing how your label will look, in designing everything, what will be the my label, or in packing that packagings. So label is one part. If it is going to be a dosage form, which should I go for, a bottle, or, in case if it's a tablet, what kind of packaging should I select? So all this goes in packaging. So this is also a stream, where you can explore if you feel you are interested. The third thing, which, we as pharmacists are not that aware, is production planning. Now even I was not aware about this. I had heard about this when I was there in, when I just started, I had heard about production planning. But when I was in my leadership stint, in my third stint, I got this opportunity to be a production planner. Now, what exactly you as a production planner would do is, it is your responsibility to see that all my manufacturing activities are going as per schedule. So this particular, role, production planning, this will also give you an opportunity to interact with the sales team, the marketing team, because what happens here is, the marketing team would give you, they know what's going on in the market, how your product is doing, whether your product is doing well, whether, your, the number of, say, in 1 month you are producing 10,000 units, and they see that there is a rise, there needs to be more production done, then they would get in touch with the production planners, who would then, go to the respective department's head and let them know, okay, see, this month this is the plan. We need to increase our production. Last year we did it for 10,000. This year, this month, it needs to be 15,000. So this is a plan. So production planner is also a role where, you have to look after end to end. So as a production planner, my role is not just limited to finished product, but I also need to see if whatever goes in my finished product, right from my raw materials, my API, whether they are reached to the site on time. This is where it starts first. So whether my raw materials, packing materials, which are actually needed for my finished product, have they reached my site? So that is what I would check. The next thing what I would check is, okay, now the materials have reached my site, whether my production is going as per my plan. Whether if I've made my weekly schedules, like in the first week I want 5,000 units to go out, whether that's happening as per my plan. So as a production planner, you will have a check on this as well. Now moving to this, I also need to ensure if whatever I have committed, that okay, at the end of the month, these many units to be, dispatched, whether those units are dispatched. So this is also a field where, we as pharmacists can work, that is production planning. The fourth thing is sourcing. Again, sourcing is a thing where pharmacists can work. Sourcing mainly deals with, supplier selection, managing management of these suppliers. So this is also an interesting field, I'll say, where we as pharmacists we can work. So say there's a product X for which you need a raw material, say paracetamol, or API, say paracetamol. Now there are 100 suppliers which are going to give me paracetamol. So what sourcing team does is, they are the ones who interact with the suppliers, try to see if the quality they provide you is, as per the quality you need. Try to interact with them in case if there is any, problem with respect to these materials. Have a discussion with them, have meetings with them. And so this is also an interesting field where pharmacists can work. The next thing is project management or operations management, where I have worked in, which is mainly, you handle certain projects. uh, like I'll tell you one thing. Whenever you go to a industry now, any manufacturing company, be it a Indian company or be it a MNC, the terms which I mentioned below, quality, efficiency, productivity, you will be able to hear these terms in, like, every day, every month, every year. It's going to be there, be it Indian or an MNC. Every company is now looking at, being productive, being efficient. When I say efficient, productive, what that means is, when I say efficiency, it means that, if I am making a product, I should make sure that I'm making that product with minimum wastage. Now when I say wastage, wastage, do not take wastage literal term, but wastage in the terms of time, wastage in the terms of resources, or wastage in the term of materials. you know so everything is now, every industries are focused into how we can make our processes more efficient, how can we improve our productivity, keeping quality in mind. So this is where a new thing of, project management, or you can say it as operational excellence team in certain, companies have come up. And this is where also as pharmacist you can provide your inputs in, leading these projects, and giving your inputs. So I'll talk about this project, continuous improvement projects or operational excellence in deep. But before that, I would just like to tell you one thing which my mentor told me is, before, because when I did my stint in GSK for 3 years, I said that, okay, I know this, I know this, I know this. What should I do? Should I try to focus on only one thing, or should I continue what I'm doing, learning different departments? So, the thing which my mentor told me is, just keep one thing in mind. Okay, just ask yourself whether you want to be a SME, like whether I want to get to know, I just select one topic, say manufacturing. I am so much interested in manufacturing, I'll try to go deep in manufacturing. I'll try to understand all the small things which go in manufacturing. I try to be a subject matter expert in manufacturing. It's the same for packaging, it's the same for production, it's the same actually for all the, fields you have. So just these things, just remember, if you want to deep dive and be a subject matter expert, or you want to go in the management side, you want to be go into leadership, or if you are of the second opinion that no, I want to be a leader, I want to be I want to be a team lead, a leader, in that case what is important is you navigate through all the departments, try to get the knowledge of everything. So if you are in manufacturing, don't restrict yourself to manufacturing, spend some time in manufacturing, spend some time where you are comfortable, you can say that okay, yes, I know how this works. Spend some 2 years, 3 years, whatever you feel you need there. Then try to switch, move to a different department, you know say just try to move to planning, try to move to supply chain, where you have sourcing, where you have something of finance as well, where you get to understand how actually the industry works or how my supply chain works. So try moving. If you aim to be some you aim to have some leadership position in the organization. So these are the two things which you should keep in mind when in like after you complete your M.Pharm or you do your MBA, anything. This is going to help you. Now moving ahead to project management or continuous improvement project, like I just mentioned. So here what happens is, I'll tell you my example, for which when I was I just completed a year in GSK, and my manager just told me that Mugdha, this is it, we see that there is a problem here which needs to be fixed, so will you be able to take it up? Now the first thing when my manager told me, I was like, I don't know what needs to be done here, or I was just thinking this in my mind, that okay, this is what I'm hearing for the first time, he's telling me to lead this, how am I going to do? But I just told him that yes, I'll definitely take this up as a challenge, and I'll try to in case I need any guidance, any support, I'll definitely reach out to you, but I'll take this. So whenever it's just in case you are given any challenging thing to do, or you come across certain projects where you find you are completely new to them, just try to take it up, go back home, just try to learn yourselves the skill sets or whatever are needed for that project. And at the end, when you accomplish that, you would really feel proud of yourself. You will say that yeah, when I started it, I was actually not aware about what finance terms are, or what is project charter, what are these things which they are using. But as you get into it, as you start understanding it, as you start working on it, you know you will be able to complete that, and at the end you will really feel proud of yourself. So yeah, so that is it. Now moving to the skill sets which you need for anything when you say in operations. So I've just tried to put in some soft skills and hard skills. When it comes to soft skills, the first thing is problem solving skills. So you should always have that curiosity in your mind of always have that thing of asking why. This is it, but why is it happening? If you get the answer but you are still not convinced, go and again ask a why. Go and asking on why still you are not getting the answer which you want. And just try doing this, try implementing this from now onwards. This is going to help you, I'm telling you. So even in your like now you are in your B farm, if there's some concept you don't understand, just don't let it go. Keep asking whys till you get it cleared, till everything is solved. The next time you come across this, I'm telling you, you will be the best person to give an advice for such problems. So try inculcating this from now onwards, problem solving skills, because this is going to help you really. What happens is, say you are in a project management team, you are leading a project, people will come to you, people would tell you that say, hey Mugdha, this is a problem which we are facing. We are not able to understand what went wrong. So this is where you have to apply your skill sets. First thing is you need to analyze the problem statement. What might have gone wrong? Okay, just don't leave it to that. Give a 360-degree, a view. Consider all the points, and then you have to provide them. You might not give them the exact solution, okay, and that is not expected as well, that every time a person comes to you, you always have an answer to it. But at least you should try to make something in your mind that, okay, this is it, this could be done, or possibly list down, okay, this, these are the four things which might work. Then let everyone come together, you start working on it as a team. In case the first two don't work, the third would work or the fourth would work. So try building up these problem solving skills from now onwards. The next most important thing is interpersonal skills. So be it any field, be it anything, be it operations, be it pharma, core pharma, manufacturing, anything, interpersonal skills is the one which is really important, because you would be interacting with multiple stakeholders, multiple people from different departments, someone from the leadership team. So interpersonal skills is what really plays an important role. Now what I would suggest is, for all these soft skills, it's not like you develop them in one day. You have some time. What I would really suggest everyone is, in the whenever you are in your B farm, try working on certain projects with the professors. Try taking up some small projects. They are really going to help you. When I was in my B farm, I worked with Vrishali ma'am was there, Sachin sir was there, so I worked with them. We worked on two projects. At that point of time, you might not be aware about the terms which are used in project management. But now when you work in an industry, you try to link it, that actually, yes, I was doing the same thing in college. I was applying my same principles of project management when I was working on that project. So just if you get that opportunity, try working on a project. It is going to build in all these skills. When you work on a project, the first thing is, again, you need to interact with other people. You need to interact with, say, sometimes you need to get certain guidance. So you connect with people from industries, or you connect with people from other colleges. That's how from your B farm itself, you start developing this interpersonal skills. Then the next skill is with respect to problem solving and creative thinking. Creative thinking is again thinking out of the box. So with this project thing itself, I think you'll be able to develop all these skill sets right from your B farm. Again, when you go to your M farm, you would be again working, even if it's MBA or M farm, you would be working on projects, you would be taking up internships. So this is a time when you try to build in all the skills, and in the long run, they are going to be very helpful to you. The next thing is, again, with respect to communication skills. When I say communication skills, I won't say that you need to be grammatically correct every time, or but the main thing, or you should be able to put in your point. You should be able to deliver, just tell the others what you want to deliver. So work on these as well. This is going to help you, because what happens is, in suppose you are handling a project, you would work on a project for, say, 8 months, 10 months. every month you would be having 1 15 minutes meeting, or say 1 half an hour connect with the leadership team or with your superiors, where you want to give them the update for your project on the progress of it. Now here your communication skills, they are going to play an important part, because we can't tell them each and everything what we are doing, because we are end to end involved in that project, we know everything. But it's important for us to understand, and then like make them understand the important points, or just jot down those important points, what you feel is important. Just make a note of what is the end goal you want to achieve, and what is your progress against that end goal. So you would be knowing about milestones, so have those milestones noted down. Just check if you have, okay, you've completed your first milestone, the next. So this is how you develop your soft skills. Moving ahead to hard skills is again Microsoft Excel and PowerPoint. This is, it's, you would have heard this, Microsoft Excel, PowerPoint. This is very important. I won't tell you do an advanced Excel, or, but at least you should know the basics. If you are given a lot of data, you should be able to read the data, analyze it, convert it into certain charts or figures, so that with that complete set of data which you have, you are able to read it and bring out certain conclusion from that data. So you, like, nowadays we have multiple resources available. We have LinkedIn Learning, we have Coursera, where you can whenever you have some free time, try learning these skills, because in the long run they are really going to be very important. In case of PowerPoint also, for building effective presentations, you can, it won't take much time, but once you build the skills, they are going to be with you for the complete, the long run. So try spending some time in developing these skills as well. The next thing is with respect to project management skills. Again, for project management skills as well, you have a lot of resource available, but I would still suggest, rather than going for a online resource, do it on job, like an on job training. So when you are in college, try working on this project. Just go, meanwhile what you can do is get this LinkedIn, Coursera uh, learnings, or courses which you have. Try looking for what concepts they are telling you in the course, and when you actually work on the project, just see which of the ones you are actually applying. This is going to be helpful for you. So this is, yeah, this is with respect to the skill sets. Now again, how do I get into operations? Like I told you, operations is a vast field where you have multiple options. But yeah, the first thing is, after your MBA, if you are willing to do a job or anything, I would suggest you take up an internship with any organization. What would happen with an internship is, you will actually understand more about how an industry works, or what is it in the pharma industry that excites you, or you're actually willing to do. Post that, if you feel that, okay, I think operations or supply chain, or say MBA in marketing, sales, or M farm is what excites me, you can move to your post graduation, or if no, you can continue with your internship and then get a job in the company as well. Otherwise, if you are planning for a post graduation, which I would always suggest, that go for a post graduation, be it anything what interests you. So you can do your masters in pharmacy and you can get into operations. Otherwise, nowadays there are a lot of institutes which offer you an MBA in operation management and also supply chain management. So in case if you are keen about this field, and you are sure that I want to go here, you can opt in for such MBAs as well. Now, apart from that, additional courses or certificates, again, not a mandatory, but yeah, they will help you in the long run. So when you say operations, when you say continuous improvement, you would have heard about Six Sigma Lean, right? So there are a lot of institutes. I have just named a few, that is ISEL Global and ASQ. They offer you certification courses in Six Sigma. Again, in Six Sigma, you will have a green belt, yellow belt, black belt. Again, depending on what level you want. Again, like if you say green belt, it would give me some information. Yellow belt is again ahead of that. Black belt is the one, which will give you a complete knowledge. So these are the certifications available. You can, try to go for these certifications. These will help you understand more about manufacturing, or which are the ways you can try to improve the productivity, improve the efficiency. This is from a technical perspective, I would say. The next thing is, just don't restrict yourself to Excel and PowerPoint. There are multiple tools available where you can work. Just to name a few, there's ClickSense, there's Power BI, and there's Microsoft Visio. Now, when you talk about project management, or when you talk about jobs in operations, you would be using these intensively. Power BI is mainly you would be using for putting your data in a visualized form. So a lot of data coming in, and you try to put it in the terms in graphs as visual representation. Again, Microsoft Visio would help you, build in flow charts, process flows. These, you will get all these on Coursera, LinkedIn, Udemy. There are a lot of courses, I mean a lot of platforms which offer you these. So try developing these as well if you are interested. They will really add on, give you an added benefit when you actually work on projects. So like when I am doing it now, I'm actually going through these ClickSense, Power BI, because when I was in my B farm, or I was in my M farm, at that point I wasn't aware about such terms which do exist and are extensively being used in the industry now. So yeah, so I mean, if you have some time, you are curious, you are always striving to learn something new, then go for these courses. ClickSense, Power BI, Visio. What I would again suggest is, if you try to use this in your B farm, in your academics, anywhere where where you have certain things where you have to project your data, try to use this in your academics as well. So you will have that sense of satisfaction as well. Okay, I learned and I tried to apply it and it worked. So yeah, so this is it, some additional courses, certifications which you can do. Now to just end, this is what I always keep in my mind, and I like this a lot. That is, stay curious, keep learning, and keep growing. Always strive to be more interested rather than being interesting. So keep learning, keep exploring. That is really going to help you. Yeah, that's all from my end. If you have any questions, if you want to connect, that's my email ID and my LinkedIn. You can connect anytime with me. I'm, whatever I can answer, I'll definitely, provide you the guidance. Yes, Jagan, that's all from my end.
Thank you so much, Mugdha. Any questions, students? You can ask your queries, your doubt to Mugdha. Which, okay, there is a few questions in the comment section.
Okay.
So I'll read it. Which sector has more growth in pharma industry, marketing sector or manufacturing sector?
Okay. What I would suggest is, rather than the growth, it's important what is exciting you, you know. Because the thing is, if I tell you that the scope or the growth is more in marketing, but I am myself not interested in marketing, in the long run, I don't feel I would feel that I'm a part of that industry. So I would there's an opportunity everywhere, there's growth in all the sectors. It's just you decide which field or which sectors interests you the most. So that's what I would suggest.
Next question is, after B Farm, which MBA is best? Normal MBA or pharma MBA?
Okay. uh, I would suggest if you want, since you are from pharma and you are still thinking of, I want to put in my knowledge which I've gained from my B farm, and I want to go to a industry, I want to be in the management position of a pharma industry, I would suggest go for a pharma MBA. If you feel that later on, I want to move completely to finance or something, very much restricted to something with respect to management, then go for a plain MBA. So pharma MBA is what I would suggest. But again, since I am not from a pharma, I haven't done my pharma MBA. I actually did my MPharm. So if you want, I would definitely connect with my batchmates, my colleagues who have been in this, and I'll get back to you, Sonali.
The next question is, can B Farm students get into leadership programs?
Okay, so the question is mostly a no, because I said that these are mainly MNCs which offer you the programs, and they would mostly go for MPharms and MBAs. But again, like I told you, there are still certain programs which are open for graduates for B farms as internships. So do check on the website of each company. In the career section, you have a student section where they will provide you with this. In case if I get some information, I'll definitely let you know.
Any other questions? There is one more question. What are the job position at other than pharma companies, a pharma person if done core MBA? So what is the opportunities if they have done core MBA in pharma companies?
Okay. Okay, so if you have done your core MBA and you want to move to a pharma company, then a lot of options, a lot of fields where you can try in. First is, if you feel you are interested in sales, if you feel you are interested in marketing, if you feel other than that you are interested in finance, you can go into that as well. If you feel like what I said, you are more interested in supply chain, you have a lot of things to explore in supply chain as well. You can move to sourcing, you can move to production planning. The next is you can be a project lead with your MBA in hand. So yeah, a lot of things where even if you have a core degree in MBA, you can try to put in your expertise there. Mainly you can work in the project management team, where you can put in all your concepts of MBA, and you can try to make that process more simple, make that process more efficient with all your skills which you have developed in your MBA.
Any other questions? If not, then we can conclude. Okay, so we'll conclude with the session. Thank you so much, Mugdha, for letting us know about the Pharma Leadership Program for students. This was something very new for us. I mean, even I've never heard about this program. And also thank you for highlighting the career opportunities in the pharma operations field. So I'm extending my vote of thanks on behalf of management, staff, and student of our institute. With sincere gratitude and appreciation for sharing your expertise with our students,
Thank
and
you,
also
first
looking
of
for your
yeah.
continued cooperation. Where if you have any other topic where you can guide our students, be free. We can again host a new session for you.
Sure. So thanks for the opportunity, first of all, to all the entire staff of SJIPR. I would, it's not just the session, in case if anyone wants any guidance, just don't wait for a alumni session to be there. You can, reach out anytime. We all are there to help you, guide you. Whatever we have, throughout our experience, our journey, we'll be there to guide you. So yeah, that's all from mine.
Thank you, Mugdha. So we will end the session.
Thank you.